Parabellum?
Parabellum.
Parabellum, which means prepare for war in Latin.
Yeah, I know.
Because he says in the movie, like, Winston's talking in Latin in the movie, and then he goes, Parabellum. And it says on the screen, prepare for war. Like, oh, that's what it means?
That's the other thing I like about their when they do the subtitles and stuff, and they do it off to the side.
Yeah, like
it's a stylized
letters,
thing.
like everything.
It's just really cool.
There's
I was like, man,
so much
that's
style
really
to
cool.
these movies.
Yeah,
and I think that's because you got a stuntman heading them up. This guy isn't just a normal filmmaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he's looking at the action and then growing from that. Whereas everyone else would be like, this fight scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Big whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Number 3 takes the mythology to the highest point yet.
Well, and it had to.
Like, it's massive.
It is massive.
We go all over the world. We learn who John really is.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's so crazy. I actually liked that aspect. I also like, when you think about it, you're like, how could his name possibly be John Wick? It isn't.
It isn't.
It isn't at all.
No, I don't remember his real name. It was some Russian name.
Yeah, Russian.
Because he goes to see Angelica Houston, the director. He wants back in.
But I thought that was... No, it was that last favorite, the Ticket Out.
The Ticket Out, right.
Because he had the
she doesn't want to cash it because she knows what's going to happen.
That's right. But she has to.
Yep.
But, like... Well, first of all, you have now he's on the run.
Yeah.
He's in the rain with his dog. And
everyone.
Last-ditch thing with the Continental. Can you take care of my dog? Of course.
Yeah.
Of course I can.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so awesome. And then we get, like, awesome fight scene with in that guns warehouse or whatever.
Yeah, the knife fight.
The knife fight was horribly, brutally awesome.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Adrian has this thing in movies where she loves knife fights.
Knife fights are great.
Yeah. Ever since the Thomas Jane Punisher, where the knife went through the bottom of the jaw and into the line, and it shows it, she really loves knife fights.
The Hunted.
Yeah.
The Hunted.
The Hunted? Benicio del Toro? Oh, man.
And Tommy Lee Jones? Like, that fight scene was awesome. They're like, here, drop it, gut, cut in the arm, like, all this stuff. I was like, I love them because they're actually scary. Like, knife fight in real life is scary.
Yeah.
Because, like, you get killed
If someone
easily.
pulled a gun on me, I'd be scared. But if someone pulled a knife on me...
At this distance, too.
Yeah.
Like,
then I'd be like...
Hey, man, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. Just don't put that anywhere near you, right? Like, but... That knife fight, but even the end where he throws that fucking hatchet at the guy.
Yeah.
And they show it from this perspective, so it's... I was like,
And that fight went on a long time. Like,
I didn't expect it to be that long.
I was watching it, and I was feeling the length, but not caring about the length, because it was so insane.
Well, and they switch areas, so it's there, and then it's in the horse stable.
Yeah.
And he's got the horse.
Yeah.
Fucking...
He's using a horse to fight people.
That part was horrible, too. It's just these fucking hits.
Just like moving the horse, and then pop!
Oh,
dude!
I was just like, holy shit. And then, on the horse, fighting on the motorcycle.
And like, this is non-stop.
And it's, exactly, it's non-stop.
It was probably a good half hour, I think. And I was actually like 20 minutes in, I was kind of going like, is this just going to be like 2 hours of straight action? Like,
exactly.
Are we going to have any slow moments? Because this is really intense right now.
Yeah, and they introduced the adjudicator.
The adjudicator.
Which I was like, wow.
Who's kind of like a judge, I guess, kind of walking around.
Yeah.
Going, hey, what? She goes after Winston. She goes after the Bowery King.
Yeah. Like, everyone that's any sort of link to this, and she's just like, yeah, well, you've got a week. Yeah. You've got a week to settle your affairs because we're getting someone else in this position. Yeah. You know? And then, I even love, I wish I remembered his name, Mark DeCasco.
It's Zero. His name's Zero in the movie.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But when they introduced him, I was like, man, this is awesome. Like,
he's cutting fish.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and then it's just like, we need you for a job. Okay, game on. Yep. Right? And I was like, oh, fine. And I like him. And he's always...
John Wick. He's a John Wick super fan. Which was... It was comedic. It kind of almost felt out of place. But I loved it so much.
I didn't think it was out of place at all. In fact, all three of them, I thought it was just one of those where I'm like, that's hilarious.
I love the two guys from the raid being like, what they call them? They call the two of them the Shinobis. Shinobi 1 and 2. Nice. But I loved how much honor there was between all of them.
Well, that's one of the things I like about all three of these movies is that there is honor among all of them.
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part. I mean, you get.
Yeah. I mean, Santino.
You get what's her name in the first movie.
Santino and her, but like, there's always like, just like in real life, there's always people that are not going to be part of that. But just just incredible fight scenes. And then I will say this: when they get to Casablanca.
Yes, and you're introduced to the Continental there.
The Continental there, and we are introduced to Halle Berry's character, Sophia.
Yes.
The only thing that was a minus for me was how bland Casablanca looked in comparison to everything else that we've seen.
Yes.
I love the fight scene. I loved that they incorporated the dogs into the fight scene.
The dogs were insane.
I loved that was also another, like, long set-piece fight scene. I thought that was amazing.
I also noticed, I was really paying attention to that scene, because right from the start when they introduced Halle Berry and everything, and they talking about her during the movie and before the movie, I was like, I feel like we're setting up a spin-off right now.
I don't think so.
I felt we were setting up a spin-off.
I don't think so. Especially even after the
And when you look at that fight, though, she's got way more screen time than John in that fight.
Yeah.
I kind of feel, I don't know, I feel like there's a spin-off possibility there.
I don't think so. If it happens, okay, fine. I just don't think so, because they also talked about spin-off with her Jinx character, or whatever the fuck it was, in James Bond.
Right, but then that was a different, it didn't succeed, and it ended up being Pierce Brosnan's final movie. And they rebooted it.
But still,
they talked about it.
I don't think...
They're not talking spin-off here, but I feel like they could, though.
I don't think so. What I think is going to happen is... well, we'll wait till we get to this part. My theory on what happens to her.
Okay.
Once we're done with this.
Okay.
But, because keep in mind, like, even for me, like, I was saying, like, there's really two ways to end this movie. It's either he goes into hiding, or he gets killed.
Yeah.
Or he dies. Like, he has... And I was saying, like, it's almost like he has to die, because... How does it end? It has to end with him dying, right? Yep. Okay. But yeah, my only gripe with that scene was just the color palette.
Okay.
It was bland looking.
It was very it's kind of, I'm going back to Uncharted again, it's kind of like Uncharted 3 where it was just desert for the last quarter.
Yes.
And it's just very, bleh.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I loved all that.
Yeah.
But
visually.
Compared to the beginning of the game, and the second
everything
and
else
first game,
leading up to that.
of the first game.
Everything else leading up to that, now you're getting this, and it was just kind of
brown.
like, okay, alright. If it wasn't for the dogs, I think the fight scenes wouldn't have been as good.
Right.
Or it wouldn't have been as different, because now you have two people doing the same thing that John Wick does, right? Still, it was awesome. I'll give her credit too, because she did all the training.
And they teased the dog dying again.
Yeah.
The one dog got shot, and she's like, shot my dog, and I was like, oh. And now I'm like, oh, you guys are teasing it now.
Now you guys are just being dicks.
You know the dog lovers are out there in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. And the other part... Actually, no, that's pretty much it. Yeah, so when it ends up leading into John Wick seeking out the head above the high table or whatever.
Oh, his name, they call him, the Elder.
Yeah, the Elder, that's right, the Elder. So seeking out the Elder, that was another part where I was just kind of like, they basically go, well, you just walk in the desert, and if he wants to be found, if he wants to, he'll find you. And I was just kind of like, that's lame.
It didn't really feel like John Wick either. It kind of went on like this adventure mode type of
that part did take me out of it a little bit until they actually
find treasures while we're on this journey.
It was basically for me. It was the part where they go, "Well, he's either going to find you or he doesn't." And I was like, "Yeah, but that's dumb because you know he's going to find you. Yeah. Otherwise, the story's done."
Yeah. Ends with John dying in a desert.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just like, "That's stupid." Yeah. But I will say the fact that he had to give up his finger to get back in
and his wedding ring.
That's right. His wedding ring and the finger. I was just like, no, that's horrible. And then, of course, he does it because, well, that's it.
Yeah,
right?
It's that or die.
Yeah, exactly. So then, he gets a new suit because I remember thinking, like, oh, man, he must stink right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's 3-4 days of fighting. 2 of those days...
Apparently, they use the same suit in every movie.
I'm not
surprised.
They
have one suit.
I'm not surprised.
Usually, they'll have, like, a dozen, and then, that one got fucked. Yeah,
I'm not surprised. But yeah, so, like, I just thought, wow, that's incredible. The scenes are incredible. I felt bad for him that he went back in officially. Like, I really was like, fuck. Because honestly, like, as cool as these fight scenes are, I don't want him to continue to do this when, like, he had a taste of that life. And I also didn't like how they were starting to do this thing where it's like, well, I mean, you can never stay out for too long, John. Yeah. You're too good. Like, this is a part of you. And it reminded me of Jason Bourne, where they're just like, you were going to do this anyway. You look at you. You can't function unless you're doing stuff like this. So, and I was just kind of like, I didn't like that they were kind of hinting that he couldn't leave, right? But anyway, so, you know, he gives up his finger, his wedding ring, pledges allegiance.
He's going back in.
He's got to kill Winston. He's got to kill Winston to right everything. Yep. And you're just like, holy fuck. I absolutely love the siege on the Continental. What do they say? The entire Continental was excommunicado. The entire thing. So it was like, get out or you're going to be killed. And I loved how they upped the ante on the bad guys where now they're armored. Like, really armored. Yeah. You know? And I love the sequences where it's just like John Wick is trying to kill them and he can't, goes back to get more weapons. Yeah. And then starting to do some damage. But it's like a couple of waves and you're just like, holy shit.
And I like that he played homage to his Matrix role where he went guns, lots of guns.
Yes, exactly. Guns. Same line. Lots of guns. And I was like, yes! Yeah. But, like, that whole fucking sequence was amazing. Visually amazing. Like, it actually felt like it made up for the visuals that I felt you lost in Casablanca. And then bring it right back to this, and I was just like, okay, yes, this feels like John Wick again. Yeah. And I will say this, like, I remember when you say with Dark Knight, when Batman goes to China, and it takes you out of the movie, this, I felt with the whole Casablanca sequence, felt like, okay, I don't feel like this is a John Wick movie. Right. Yeah, fight sequences, yes. It's specifically the desert. I think that's what it is. Well, the desert is the part where I go,
But even the Halle Berry thing for me. Because the Halle Berry thing for me felt like, you know when you're watching Arrow? And they introduce the Flash. And you're like, this is the pilot test. Yeah. And I felt like that was that for her. I feel like they're testing a spin-off right now.
Yeah, I can see why you think that. Yeah. I can see why you think
Plus, they introduced the bad guy of Casablanca. She gets her dog to eat his nuts, and she lets him live. So now you have a villain in her.
Plus, you hear about the daughter backstory. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like, I feel like there's a spin-off.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and I get that. I understand what you're saying. I'm not saying you're completely wrong, because I feel like this is one of those where it's like, it's two different viewpoints. Yes. Right? So neither one is right or wrong.
This feels like they introduced a lot of story with her, and then didn't really take it anywhere. Okay, now she has a lot of...
I got you. Okay, I hear you.
Maybe she'll just come back in the fourth. Who knows?
What the fuck was I going to say now? Oh yeah. So getting back to the excommunicado. Yeah. I like that they introduce early in the movie the glass floor. Yeah. That whole sequence there, and they're just like, well, now like everyone's cards are on the tables. You see everything, right? And then they leave it. Then they come back to that for the fight scene with the shinobis. And
he goes full on raid style. We're going up each floor.
Awesome.
Fighting guys on every floor.
Awesome.
To the boss at the top.
But I love it that they're just like they're literally like, man, this is an honor. Yeah. You know, like.
Yeah, I know when they're talking about it. It's
like, and then like he beats the fuck out of both of them finally. Yeah. And then they're both just like, and he's just like, see you around. Yeah. And they're like, oh.
Wow. Okay. Whew. And they both live.
Yeah, and then you have one of the best fight sequences because it's a subversion. Yeah. Like you're saying it was almost too comical or almost a bit out, but I enjoyed the fact that this guy was like, oh man, like I'm gonna kill you, but this is just
the best moment of my life,
you know? Now. And like they have this amazing fight sequence. Yeah. And like especially for him, like he's not a young guy either.
No, he's got to be around the same age as Keanu.
He's
because he's been around for a long. He did the Crow TV series.
I was just gonna say he did the Crow TV series. Yeah. And he's done other things in and around stuff like that. But he's always been, you know. But anyway, so That Crow TV show was garbage, though.
It was.
And I really
Which
wanted
was
to
really
like
unfortunate.
it. I really wanted to
It was
like
almost as bad as the Blade one.
Yeah. Oh, that was so fucking
with
bad.
Sticky Fingers.
Oh, that was so bad.
Sticky Fingers as Blade.
That was bad. Visually, he looked okay.
He looked okay.
But it was just like...
He couldn't act, though.
And I mean, it's not that was a really, like... You needed to act your ass off for that that role, but you can't do it. You can't do it.
It was just one of those things where, like... At least with Mark
Dacascos?
Dacascos?
Dacascos? I'm not sure.
He was playing... It was the Crow, but he was playing a different character. Not Eric Draven, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Blade...
No, he was playing Eric Draven.
Was that Eric Draven?
His first season was essentially a dragged out version of the first movie.
Oh shit, it was. Yeah. See, now that... I don't know. Brandon Lee is...
They should have done a different character so that he could do his own spin.
Exactly.
Instead of doing a dumbed down version of Brandon Lee's take on the character.
Because that was the thing with Blade, right? It's like Wesley's Blade. Don't even try. Because then they do the TV series too. Like, was it after Trinity or was it in between 2 and 3?
I think it was after Trinity.
Was it after Trinity?
I want to say, but I can't say for certain. But anyway,
anyways,
I love the scene where he stabs, like he gets him sword right through.
Yep.
And he's there. He's like, I'll catch up with you in a minute, John. And then just slumps over, and you're just like, oh man, that's so great, so great.
Yeah.
But I do, and then it leads into the barter. Like, with the adjudicator's like, okay, alright, so...
This was a twist.
You kill John Wick, everything is restored.
Yeah.
Full services, you're no longer excommunicado, and you're just like, what? And then he fucking does it!
Winston shoots John.
Shoots him.
And John falls off a roof.
And falls off a roof, and that's where I was like, okay, so they'll end it with him either dying or getting away, and I thought, okay, he's gonna get away, but he'll go in hiding type of thing. I did not think that the TikTok man was going to take him, bring him down to the Bowery, because, like, Lawrence Fishburne got fucked up. They didn't kill him.
No, but they fucked him
up.
They fucked him up.
And then it's just like, what the hell was the line? It's like, yeah, you want to take down the High Council or something like that? Or the High Table? And he goes, yeah.
Does it go damn right I do?
Or? Yeah, damn right I do, or something like that. Yeah. And it just was like, holy fuck.
And then, boom. So we got another cliffhanger ending. Now here's an interesting thing I read today.
Yep.
They were talking to Chad Stileski, the director, and he said that Keanu and we end the movies like this because they don't ever plan a next one.
Okay.
He goes, because in this life of John, things aren't ever going to be good. He's always going to have a bad ending. There'll never be a happy ending for John. And that's so we ended.
I feel like
we set up a sequel that it might look that way, but we don't. The second one we ended it with everyone's going after him, and that could be it.
That's true. That is true. Like
third one we ended with like John's not dead. That's it.
Yeah, but I feel like that's just kind of a cop-out type of thing because it's like no, you're ending it on a cliffhanger.
To me, I look at that and I'm like, that's straight up a lead into it.
Yeah, you don't end it on a cliffhanger like that.
Yeah.
If you leave it with him walking off into the night, then like I said with the Bourne movies or with the first John Wick movie, you know, you could have left it at that. You didn't have to have his brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Wanting to kill him, or you could have left it at him not even trying to get his car back or anything.
Yep.
Could have just went and moved somewhere else or whatever, you know. I guess cut his hair so he doesn't look so much like John Wick. But I feel like they definitely ended on a cliffhanger. Maybe not necessarily in the sense that, yeah, for sure we're making another movie, but in the sense that if we do, this will be a good lead-in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's my theory about Halle Berry, unless you have other things to say about this.
The only other thing I was going to say is that, again, the music was great, but I'm very sad there's no theme in this movie.
I agree. It felt
lacking. The first one you got Manson, the second one you got that great Plastic Heart song, the third one, nothing.
No, exactly.
Which feel like really just kind of like, it needed a theme. It did. I love that every movie had a theme.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
so number 4, bring back a theme because
definitely
I was really feeling that lacking.
Bring back a theme. So my theory for Halle Berry's character is, I feel like because we know now that there is going to be a fourth movie, we know they've said, yeah, we're doing a fourth.
Yeah.
That her story is going to dovetail with Wick's story in the fourth.
Okay.
Because he and Lawrence Fishburne, the Maori King, are literally going to take down. Their whole purpose is to take down the High Castle or the High Table.
Yep.
Okay. Her story is linked to it because she's fucked over the High Table.
Right.
Okay. So they talk about her daughter and how she says, "Hey, I can't have anything to do with her because of whatever." Ultimately, it's going to end with her, with the High Table being absolved, I believe, in some way, shape, or form. They're going to be able to go about their own lives, whether they live or die. She's going to be able to go off with her kid, and that's how I feel it's going to go. I don't feel like it's going to be a spin-off.
Do you think that she'll need to kill John in order to get her kid?
Probably.
Because I would be okay with her killing John. Like
or
John's story ending with her to get her child.
Because I do agree with Keanu Reeves and Chad Stahelski or whatever.
Stahelski? I don't know. It's got a bunch of H's.
I do agree that his story can't end happily because
how? Like
he already had his happy ending,
yeah,
and it was taken away from him.
Yeah.
And he already lived a terrible life before this. Like, yeah, he was an honorable killer.
Yeah.
But he was still a killer.
If you think about it, his story's kind of working backwards, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It started happy, it's just getting worse.
It's kind of like, if you really look at it realistically for superhero movies, you know?
Yeah.
They almost can't have a happy ending. You know what I mean? Like Tony Stark, for instance, you wanted him to have that life without the suit, with his daughter, with Pepper. You wanted him to have that, but you knew it wasn't going to happen the second you went, oh, you've got a daughter? You knew it wasn't going to happen. Yeah. You know?
Yeah.
Even Captain America, they have that sort of happy ending, but it's a happy ending as long as you don't really think about it, and then you start to go, it's a weird one. That's a weird one, right?
Yeah.
But even like Spider-Man or, Batman, like, there's no off into the sunset and we'll raise kids now. It's not going to be a happy ending. And that's why comic books never end.
Yeah.
Because then they skirt around the fact that there'll never be a happy ending. Yeah. Unless it's the Ultimate Verse where they kill off Peter Parker's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then bring it back because the Oz makes him eternal.
Yeah.
Him and Norman.
Because it's Marvel.
Yeah. So, to recap, yes, it's a trilogy. It's going to be a quadrilogy.
Okay, I got a couple Insta questions to wrap up the episode. And one of them was, and it's by the same guy. I'm very sorry to say I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's spelled Rady. I'm going to say Ratty.
I would say Ratty.
Ratty.
I
was thinking, is it Rady? I'm going to go with Ratty.
If we butchered the pronunciation, we apologize.
Sorry if that's
wrong. I feel like Ratty is.
But he asked the Hellboy question. What our favorite part was. He also asked favorite John Wick film so far and why. Now that we've talked about all three, I got mine. I'm going to say...
I would have to say mine is going to be the first one.
That is also mine.
Yeah.
That is also mine. Why? It's because I appreciate the smaller scale and the more... It felt more intimate.
Yes.
It also had that definitive ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know,
the fight scenes get better and better.
But story-wise,
the best is the first one.
Yeah, and it's that whole thing again where I feel like I can't watch just the second and appreciate it without watching the third and watching the fourth.
Yeah, very much.
Whereas number one I can watch and good.
Exactly.
So there you go. I think number one is my favorite.
I agree. Number one is the first. Is my favorite as well.
I also have one more Insta question, but first, are we done talking about John Wick?
Other than... No, yeah, I'm done. Like,
all three are amazing, and
all amazing.
I cannot wait for the fourth.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait for the fourth.
The fourth is...
Luckily, we don't have to wait too long.
Yeah,
I think it's
2021. They already got a date for it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
which means they got to be shooting it, almost now.
Pretty much.
Yeah. They're probably doing the final rewrites, and it's going to shoot in, the spring or something.
Yeah.